so much for tuning in. Today's video is an all Dollar Tree willow wreath pumpkin. Now this pumpkin is inspired by a beautiful pumpkin that I saw at Michael's. I'll insert a picture somewhere here. Now this thing is $39 and it's not a bad price at all considering you can add coupons at Michael's, but I figured I can make a way more affordable one, and I actually really ended up liking the one that I made because it's so big. So for Thanksgiving, if you have a really big dining room table, this is a beautiful centerpiece. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoy this video and stick around by subscribing to this channel. Once you hit that subscribe button, we instantly become best friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
And please go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know every time I post a video. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started.
So I'm going to start off by using one of the small wreaths from Dollar Tree, and you can use a large one as well, it's up to you. And I'm going to use my garden shears to just cut them down a bit. If you don't have these, you can use some heavy duty scissors or whatever you have on hand. I just want to remove a little bit from it so I can make this into the stem. So now that I've cut a good portion out, what I'm going to do is use this Dollar Tree wire, and I'm just going to wrap the wire around the bottom just to make sure that it doesn't unravel. And you can find wire that matches or use rope. It's totally up to you. I just know that this is going to be covered, so I don't mind the color of the wire. So now I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit so it looks a little bit more like a stem. And now I'm going to move on to my pumpkin. I ended up using 6 of the same sized wreaths. And what I'm going to do is just basically stack them and attach them together. I ended up using the wire as well. And I could have gotten away with using a lot less of the wreaths and it still would have looked like a pumpkin. So if you want to save some money, you can also do this with 4 or just 5 instead of 6. So I placed my stem before adding the rest of my wreaths. And now I'm going to wrap some wire around that, making sure that I am doing this as tightly as possible. So every time that I go around, I make sure that I twist really tightly so it doesn't unravel. And then I wrap that around one more time. Because I'm going to make this into a floral arrangement, I'm not too concerned about the wire showing because this is going to be completely covered. Now I'm just spreading out the wreaths so it starts to take the shape of the pumpkin. And I do want to go ahead and clean this up so it looks a little neater. So I'm going to grab my side cutters, which I use to cut the wire, and I'm going to clean up the stems a bit, just removing some of the ones that are just frayed, just to define the little stump, stem, whatever you want to call it, and make this all come together. Next, I'm going to be using this garland from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut off a few pieces and add them to the top. Again, I'm trying to make this look more like a pumpkin as we move forward. And I did test out a lot of things, so I ended up putting this on one of the Dollar Tree chargers and put the garland around. I really wasn't sure in what direction I was going, but I was just playing with placement. To cover the wires, I ended up using the Dollar Tree chrysanthemums, and I just cut the stems down. Instead of gluing them in, I just placed them in between the wreaths so that I can reuse the wreaths later on, and this stayed nice and secure. And it gives me the option to take this down so that I can store it and redo it next year if I really wanted to. So I really, really love the willow wreaths because of this. This step is optional, but I added LED lights from Dollar Tree and I wrap them around the wreaths. You don't have to do that. You can wrap it around the flowers or wherever you want, but this is going to be tucked under and hidden. I really don't want to secure it down to anything because I want to be able to turn it on and off whenever I want, but hiding it under is perfect and you cannot see it once you add the rest of your details. I eventually decided that I didn't want this on the Dollar Tree charger, so I placed it on top of a cake plate that I had. And as you can see, it is perfectly sturdy. The only thing that comes off, obviously, are the lights. And now I'm going to use this Dollar Tree Spanish moss just to conceal those lights on the bottom and to make this all come together. So I just added this to the cake plate itself, and bam, you have a beautiful pumpkin centerpiece. I really hope that you enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching. Till next time.